a reality where Tony Stark got the super soldier serum, but Steve Rogers built the Iron Man suit, how would those stories change? That's a great question.
All right, I didn't write anything down. I just wanted to kind of go off the top. If Tony Stark got the super soldier serum, I don't think he would have the same fate as Captain America, Steve Rogers does. I think something might go bad for a time. I think he would, in the end, come back to being a hero, but there would definitely be a point in time where he's using it to his advantage too much, probably, leaning to the dark side a little bit.
Dude, he would totally use it to go mingling and just get girls. So there would definitely be way more of that.
He peed in the Iron Man suit, so, he'd be doing some crazy stuff for sure.
Now, what if he's faced with the moment with the nuke and the Avengers? With that power with his suit, he would do the same thing, I think. Now, I know where this is a reality where he doesn't have a suit, but...
Well, he has a shield and, Captain America's suit.
Yeah, like his intentions are truly in the right place. His heart is truly in the right place. It's protect people, protect Pepper. Protect humanity is his number one thing. So I think there would be like way more, how do you say it? Like hedonistic use of his big muscular body.
Right.
But I think he would still be a hero, for sure.
Yeah, well, what's the line? It like enhances the traits you already have.
Right.
So if you're bad,
Right.
you're going to be even worse. If you're a little egotistical, you're going to be very egotistical. I mean, Tony Stark, to begin with, isn't very easy to get along with. So him, as like the big man on campus would probably be worse. But you'd have to just listen to him because he knows what he's doing.
Right. Yeah. He wasn't like the most personable. You can't really trust him and be a super close, great friend, but he does get stuff done for the world.
And how about skinny little Steve Rogers? So he never gets the serum, right? So he's still a little scrawny guy, but he gets his Iron Man suit. That'd be kind of cool, actually.
If it's the equal tech, I think he's a way, way, way better Iron Man. Mm-hmm. With a military background, especially like a trenches, boots on the ground military. As whitewashed as it is on the Marvel big screen, like that's a history of a man who's seen war. So get him in an Iron Man suit. I think he's tactical as hell, lethal as hell.
He probably sides with the government.
Yeah. Well, no.
You don't think he'd give the tech over when when they were asking for it?
Giving the tech over is another question. I'm just thinking of the Civil War. As soon as you start signing him over to the government as like a tool, like they wanted to do with Sokovia Accords. Mm-hmm. But giving the Iron Man suit over to the government in the first place, you're probably right about that because he's like working. He's a soldier. He's working for them.
Right. That wouldn't end well.
Tony was always working for himself. Yeah.
So that was kind of the benefit of Tony being Iron Man is Captain America would probably give the military 1,000 Iron Man suits, and then they'd just be out there annihilating everyone.
Yeah, his self-centeredness, one of his flaws in an overall picture of like he is a hero, but one of his flaws is self-centeredness is actually what kept the Iron Man suit away from the hands of the government, which is kind of poetic.
Right, yeah.
I love it. Breaking it down here on Why So Sidious, getting it all figured out. Mm-hmm. That's why it's called nerd therapy, baby. We just talk it out and figure it out.
Yeah, baby.
Baby. Hell yeah. All right. Now we have a mysterious topic of Lub's choosing. Well, the last one was Lub's choosing too. So was the heist. He's the mastermind. He's the Batman behind our heist. Next, we have something called Team Tom versus Team Chris. We'll see what this is about.
So this is a quick little nerd octagon style question. So we have Team Tom versus Team Chris. So Team Tom will be Tom Holland's Spider-Man, Tom Hardy's Venom, and Tom Hiddleston's Loki.
Oh, that's genius.
Versus Chris Evans' Captain America,
Chris Hemsworth,
Chris Pratt's Starlord, and Chris Hemsworth's Thor. So you have Cap, Starlord, and Thor versus Spider-Man, Loki, and Venom. Who wins?
I gotta give it to Thor. With Captain America's leadership, Loki will fool Thor, but Loki probably won't fool... Did I tongue twist something? Loki will not fool Captain America.
Right. He might with Thor.
But Thor destroys Spider-Man and Venom. Chris Pratt, is a good enough distraction with his guns. He's really resourceful and tricky and cunning. Yeah, dude, I got the Thor team.
Well, really, you have to do like Cap versus Spider-Man, Venom versus Starlord, and Loki versus Thor. So you think Thor takes Loki, right? And then Starlord and Venom, who wins that one?
Well, yeah,
Probably Venom, right?
But Venom, yeah,
and then you have Spider-Man and Cap. Probably Spider-Man, right? If it was just like that, if you did it that way.
Yeah, but look at Civil War. I mean, Cap.
Right.
But he was very new. Spider-Man was very, very new. He's stronger than Cap. He's more agile than Cap. His webs are more versatile. You got to take Spider-Man in a real fight. Peak Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But
you're underestimating Spider-Man and Venom together.
You're underestimating Thor, dude. Thor will not get stopped.
Loki's a god.
That's a thing, but...
What if it's like Tree of Loki just controlling shit from another reality?
That's why gypsies are such wild cards. That's why they're called gypsies. You just never know. If Loki, because Loki could just freaking...
No, it has to be like physical form.
Nothing has ever worked. Nothing has ever worked like to shut Thor down as far as Loki goes. Thor always wins. Loki's done, dude. And then he's on to Venom.
He could fake his death.
I know. But see, it's just the gypsy shit.
And Thor could be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that."
He will read a tarot card that says, "I won." Tarot card? How do you say it? You would know that kind of thing. Just
well, I ain't no witch.
No, I think quartz crystals are cool, man. If it doesn't bring energy into my house, it still looks really cool.
Right.
Amethyst, amazing.
So yeah,
right, cool.
We're split on it, but it would be a good battle.
Would you take Team Tom?
I think I would, dude, because I think Spider-Man and Venom. I think Venom could put his venom around him. Spider-Man with some webs. Loki comes up with the scepter, little.
Especially after like the whole Odin force, Thor force, I don't need my hammer kind of guy nowadays. He would just I don't know, do some Dragon Ball Z blast out of all the Venom goo, and you can't even hurt him. At what point do they defeat him though? At what point do they actually knock him out?
But how quickly do Cap and Starlord get fucking annihilated, and then it's 3-on-1?
I would still take Thor.
Okay, shit. Okay. I mean, he is like the most powerful Avenger.
Yeah, he's like Thor, Hulk, Superman are kind of the guys.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch One Punch Man? Because Goku's on that list too, but so is Saitama from One Punch Man. It's only 1 or 2 seasons. Really good anime.